You are ridiculous on that one. So after every buy, there is a sell, Tori. So obviously, give me a player that you are not sold on this year that you don't have any faith in whatsoever. Get him out of here. Who is that player that you're selling?
Ugh. Whoever ends up our punter. I'm just kidding. Um, I mean, it's really hard to to not say I have the. I'm actually going to go with a little bit of a surprise here, and I'm going to say I'm going to sell Alan Lazard.
Okay.
Um, I really like Alan Lazard, but again, as I just said, injuries can't stay on the field. He's not for being an outside receiver. He does not have the speed. He would be a fine slot guy that can go over the middle and take the tough hits. He's a big, strong body, tough receiver. So I think he fits a little bit better in the slot. You need a little bit more. I on the outside when you got your outside people, you need a little bit more speed. You need to be a little bit more of a deep threat. And I think he may be cut because I think they are probably going to move MVS into that number two role. He will overtake Lazard because he is like that's the MVS is a home run threat. Every time he's on the field, he has the chance to take it the distance. Whether or not he actually holds on to the ball and catches it is another thing. So he gets passed up there. You're going to have Amari Rogers. Amari Rogers is going to get every chance in the world to be that number three receiver and be that slot guy. Um, I do think that Equinemius St. Brown steps up and he makes the team as well. I think he becomes the number four receiver. He is a tall, lanky receiver. He has got speed for days. And he was hurt last year and he never really got a chance to play at all. Prior to that, he flashed a ton. So I think Alan Lazard actually gets pushed and it becomes the odd man out. And he's going to be like my surprise cut for the Green Bay Packers this year.
So you think he's getting cut from the team?
I do.
Oh, okay. So that would be a big shock to White because like he is in love with Alan Lazard.
It's like I
But
said, I like him too. He's just a his mold is not conducive to what they're trying to do on the offense.
right. So I'm going to throw a surprise out there to you too. Now, I don't think this particular player is going to get cut or lose his starting job by any means, but I think he is going to have a down year because historically after running backs get a big deal, they have a pretty crap year the next year, and that is Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones just signed that mega deal, and we've seen running backs, after they sign that mega deal, they kind of fall off the map for a year, maybe a year and a half. And I think Aaron Jones is going to take that big step back just because, like he's kind of like, hey, I got my bread. Like I don't have to run these routes as hard as I used to, or maybe I might fall down on this inside run just a little bit. Like kind of like I gotta want to take that extra shot, and that's why I'm selling Aaron Jones this year because he did get that mega deal at like after the reports were like he was going to Miami to sign like $100 million deal, but he ended up back in Green Bay obviously, and they do have a great backup. I do like AJ Dillon as a backup too, so I think that's going to take some pressure off of him, and he'll be like, "Hey, you know what? This second down, buddy, why don't you go ahead and take a few carries instead of me?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree just because a little bit, just because of the AJ Dillon's going to cut into some of them carries this year. I think I absolutely love Jamal Williams. I will never say one bad thing. Jamal Williams is one of the greatest people on the entire face of this earth. The guy, or I can say guy, he's technically a kid in my eyes because I'm old. He's a kid. Um, is just a phenomenal kid. However, as soon as they drafted AJ Dillon and then they re-signed Aaron Jones, you knew Jamal was not going to be back. AJ Dillon is Jamal Williams times two. I don't know if you've ever seen the picture of his legs. Those are freaking tree trunks.
Yeah,
Like
they are.
he makes Saquon's legs look small.
Come on
And
now, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
uh
You know that.
no, that is not. Like his legs are even bigger this year. Like they showed a picture of him and Aaron Jones side by side, and Aaron Jones looks like a toothpick.
Interesting.
So it's it's